Southern Pacific one was built in the 1890. In the 1870s and 1880s, when the narrow gauge railroads had their flash of popularity, the specially sized locomotives were manufactured by the same companies which were building standard gauge engines. However, few cars building companies were established especially to build freight and passenger cars for the new narrow gauge railroads. One such company was Carter Brothers in Newark, California. On the east side of the San Francisco Bay, although not a major manufacturer company compared to the established standard gauge passenger car builders, Carter Brothers nonetheless was the principal builder of the narrow gauge in the western United States, and additionally supplied rolling stock to Mexico and Central America. At the same time as Carter Brothers was manufacturing passenger cars, there were several narrow gauge railroads that built their own cars by imitating the Carter Brothers design. This specific car ran on slim rails through the desert sands of California and Nevada between Mena and Keeler during negotiations for the initial right-of-way of the Carson and Colorado Railroad. A stretch of line was to cross the Schurz Indian Reservation. In an agreement, the railroad supplied transportation for the Schurz residents for free. Like many of the benefits awarded members of the reservation, this complimentary transportation was furnished with not within the comforts of the train's chair car, but rather atop the coach or boxcar roof. Atop the coach or boxcar roof, certainly not accommodations of the revenue customer. Later, the Southern Pacific Railroad purchased Carson and Colorado, receiving their entire inventory of rolling stock when the present gauge became accepted as standard gauge. The broad gauge lines built within 5 and 6 feet gauges reduced with the width of their tracks, making it possible for the cars and engines of any railroads to run on tracks of all other railroads. A uniform railroad gauge made it possible for a person to travel over several railroads without changing cars. When the gauges were different, freight or passenger had to be transferred from one car to another. At every point where there was a change of gauge, a uniform gauge saved the railroad's time and expense. Also, Southern Pacific One was then retired and then donated to Traveltown. I believe it was donated by the Southern Pacific Railroad.